Good morning, Mr. Quinones. That's pacing. And this is the special creature that's stalking in traffic that I documented the other day, and also sounding the alarm as I'm walking into the bathroom. This is all psychologically harmful conduct, and Mr. Quinones again engaging in, yes, he is. He is going to prison. And Stater Brothers is going to be prosecuted as an enemy in the United States, engaging in warfare against American citizens, and doing so cloaking itself as merely a mediocre grocery store. All right, that's P.O.C. And this is indeed the very clear nexus with Southwest Airlines and Stater Brothers as you get to the RICO. And you're talking about the civil and criminal damages. And Mr. Quinones is very much parked in this parking lot. I'm going to include his license plate. This is the demon that's in traffic at the intersection with the fake sun. He's gang stalking 7BWL388. And so is Stater Brothers. 7LCK299. 4KRF259. 8TJE732. And Mr. Quinones was over here stalking the entire time. No vehicles drove over here where he walked out of them while I'm here documenting the pattern of conduct. Okay, so he's monitoring while the African American comes out, a psycho running around in a circle with a shopping cart and running back in. Mr. Quinones is already engaged in surveillance in the parking lot, monitoring, engaging in what is lying in wait conduct, anticipating my arrival. The entity that is stalking me at the Ontario Town Square is already stalking by maintenance of presence in the path, including ahead of me and behind me. That's also why gang stalking is not a matter of chronology. When you're going into the male restroom in front of me while I'm heading to the restroom, everybody knows that you're a vagina monitor, and you're also going to be prosecuted as a sex offender that is putting up a banner that you're going to engage in vagina monitoring and furtherance of murdering somebody. And that's relevant to also the venue. There are layers to that prosecution, and you are going to answer under the law. 8XQG084, 9XQD846, and pay attention to the plane activity no longer over the walkway. And David Quinones is just as much engaged in targeting. And this is how the companies, this is how the entity, this is how the state has served to remove itself. This is an act of war that the entity has lost. 9GZZ084, and this is warfare. Okay, this is war tactics against American citizens, and you are not going to exist as a company, all right? But you will first be destroyed with regard to damage awards and also literal criminal activity that are occurring under the guise of company names, which is in America how the United States government is engaging in what is waging war as domestic enemies, doing so under cloaking itself as companies like Stater Brothers, like Southwest Airlines. Okay, this is the P. And as you also know, this is outside. This has nothing to do with what the Ontario International Airport is even publishing on the website. All right, and this is, again, just to be clear, the Ontario police are, quote unquote, engaging in what is security. No, they're not. They're engaging as much security as Securitas is securing the Ontario Town Square. They're there gang stalking. And they're engaging what is surveillance of everybody this is the entity keeping you under surveillance right in front of your face. Monitoring. That's what this is. Okay, this is the P.O.C. It's light activity. That's what it is. That's P.O.C. Alrighty, those are the Stater Brothers employees, including Mr. Quinones. Who knows? He very much knows because he's paying close attention. Okay, the mentally ill that know that they're going to prison, they engaged in psychopathic stalking, which is all over the internet as well. That's exactly why they are going to prison. All right, and he puts on a bold face and he goes right in there and is engaging in what is ongoing criminal activity. P.O.C. It is currently, by the way, while the entity is engaged in vagina monitoring, because that's exactly what's happening inside of Stater Brothers, while the Ontario International Airport's maintaining plane activity and stalking with the people of the state. That's an Asian female, 6U Frank Charlie 173, and she's a serial stalker. All right, she's going to be deported if she's not a natural-born citizen. Her and her children, there is no basis whereby she's remaining in this country. She's engaged in gang stalking me on more than one occasion. And you can see she's particularly enthusiastic about it. She's mentally ill. And that's the basis of the entity that permits immigrants, by the way, to be in this country to keep us under surveillance. And they're going right back to wherever they came from. All right, this is P.O.C. This is the entity that's engaged in that, and they're engaged in what is ambushing my vagina. Okay, ongoing stalking pursuant to my vagina, and this is going to be the humiliating criminal record that terrorists are going to maintain. Like 7 Victor Zebra Thomas 512, 8 EEY 240, 7 Charlie Kelly Sam 778. Pay attention. You see this light activity? That's impossible light activity. All right, this is the entity that's engaged in what is monitoring. They're walking in it, using the shopping carts in it, walking in and out. They're pacing while the entity is maintaining the audible noise of the planes. This is what the entity is doing while they are stalking. Literally, the Ontario Police Department, that is, at any time of the day stalking by helicopter, has already put Mr. Quinones in prison. But he's doing it himself, okay? Cooperating in my prosecutorial efforts regarding putting domestic terrorists where they belong, which is not different from Guantanamo Bay. That's where they belong. P.O.C.